Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Gujarati lesson. This is on YouTube and on podcast as always. In today's lesson, I'm going to answer a question from Ash. I'll read you the question first, and then I will answer. So Ash asks, can you do a video on the difference between pelu, and elu? I think I understand it, but I'm still a little bit confused. So let's walk through what this is. So we have pretty much we have we have pelu, and then we have a fourth one which is olu. So we have four different words in Gujarati: pelu, olu. Four different words, and they're kind of similar. So the first one is a. A means this. So this like a pen, this pen, right? So that's that. Very easy. The second one is a. A means, actually, there's a few meanings. A means that, for example, that pen. So the biggest difference between a and a is just distance. How far is the thing from you? If it's very close to you, we're going to say a, like a pen. That's very close. But if it's a bit further, kind of like over there, I might say a pen. As a fun fact, the word a is also the word we use for he and she, which if you're on this lesson already, we're 90 something lessons in, this is something you already probably know. So we have a, which is close. We have a, which is further away. And then we have a third one, which is pelu. And pelu, there's a couple of ways to use it. So pelu, you could use it pretty much interchangeably with a if you wanted to. But pelu in most cases indicates like a third distance. It's a little bit further. It's a little bit further than a. So a is right here, really close. A is over there. Pelu is like way over there. It's a little bit of a confusing concept for us in English because in English we're not a three distance language. We're a two distance language. We have things that are close. We have things that are far. We don't have a third conceptual distance, but Gujarati is a language that does. So you have a vastu, this thing, e vastu, that thing, and peli vastu, that one way over there. It's a third distance. If you want, one way you could think of it, this isn't necessarily how Gujaratis always think of it, but this often helps. You can think of it like a and a, those are easy because we have them in English. So that's easy. This, that. But if you want to go like that one over there, that's further, think of it like it's almost like it's not in your line of sight. Like you almost can't see it because it's too far away, or it is in your line of sight, but it really like it feels like, oh, it's kind of like way over there. Like it feels far away. For the word pelu, which is the one that's far away, there's one thing worth knowing. In fact, for this, let me even share my screen. This is probably worth doing. This is going to be helpful to have a visual for. Okay, let's get a whiteboard. Let's open this up. Okay, so for pelu, we have a few different variants. So we have masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural. So pelu, this is going to be for neuter objects. Peli, this is going to be for feminine objects. We have pelo, which is going to be for masculine objects, and pela, which is going to be for neuter plus masculine plural. So if it was like that phone very far away, pelo phone. If it was like it was three phones that are very far away, pela phone. If it was the one cat that's like way over there, peli bilari. If it was a excuse me, if it was a puppy that's way over there, pelu galuriu, because puppies are neuter. They're that third gender. So that's really how that works. Now, let me stop my screen share. In Asha's question, she asked here about a word which is elu. Elu doesn't exist. That's not a word. So yeah, that's not a thing. But there is a fourth one, which is olu with an O. So O-L-U, olu. Olu, I'm 99% sure is dialect. I don't think it's a standard Gujarati. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99%. I'm pretty sure that Olu is dialect, and Olu is a synonym of pelu. So pelu and Olu, I think, are pretty much synonyms. My family, for example, we do use the word Olu, but not all. To my knowledge, not everybody does. So yeah, that's that. Pretty simple video today. Pretty straightforward. Um, I do have a favor to ask for those of you who are watching this far. If you happen to know, this is a long shot. If you happen to know of a frequency dictionary in Gujarati, that would be very helpful for me. So a frequency dictionary, if you don't know what that is, it's a dictionary that's organized not alphabetically, but it's organized by how often a word is used. I'll show you an example in English. I may as well, since we're here. I'll show you an example in English of a frequency dictionary. There's one that's very useful. This one here. It's called Frequency List. And so it's a dictionary online. You can download it as well, but it's an online dictionary. Or a word list, I suppose. But it organizes word families by how often they're used. So in English, the most used word that we use in English is the verb to be. And we have different forms. We can conjugate it into am and are, been, being. There's lots of different forms of that verb. The next most common word in the English language is I, so on and so forth. So it's kind of organized by frequency of use. Frequency dictionaries are extremely useful. And the reason they're useful is that if you know a lot of high frequency words, and even structure, you don't have to structure, but if you were to structure your studies in a way where you're learning a lot of high frequency words, you can start to communicate and understand people really fast. I think in English, the statistic is something like 49, I think it's 49% of the words that we use day to day are all from the top 100 most frequently used words. So if you were just really good at the top 100 frequently used words, that's 40, I think it's 49%, something like that. It's 49% of what is said on a day by day basis. That is just crazy to me. If you get up to I think it's 2,000 word families, in English anyway, but although that stays pretty constant across languages, but 2,000 word families accounts for 80% of what you'd ever want to say day to day. And in fact, if you did have, roughly speaking, an active vocabulary size of 2,000 word families, and you had decent grammar knowledge and you could pronounce it, what that would mean is you'd be pretty darn good at the Gujarati language. You'd be pretty competent. You'd be good at it. You'd be good, pretty fluent, honestly. It's it's a very, very respectable, very, very high kind of a level. So yeah, anyway, so if you know of any frequency dictionaries that exist, if someone's done a project like this, please let me know. I'm actually working on a project like this right now, but if someone's already done it, by all means, that's amazing. It would save me time, or maybe they can help. I can use their resource in the project I'm working on. So if you've heard of that, please let me know. Just reach out. You can email me. I'll put a link in the episode description box. And yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching. Aujo. I'll see you next time.